Hello and welcome to the Car Delivery Network training video. This video will give you a detailed description of how to import spreadsheets onto vinDISPATCH. For bulk work, you can import spreadsheets with the details of vehicles and where they need to be moved. To do this, begin by selecting Create and then click on Import Spreadsheet. You must then select an import handler from the list. If there is not an import handler listed, please contact the CDN team to have the import handler enabled. The CDN team can create import routines to import your data, or you can use our standard load importer. Once you have received permission to download the spreadsheet, go to Create, select Import and open CDN Standard. Download the template and then open the CSV file. You will now have a copy of the CDN Standard Load Importer spreadsheet. Next, we will go over what load data you will need to enter into each column. You will then be able to import this spreadsheet onto vinDISPATCH to create multiple loads, as well as allocate them to the carrier and send them to the relevant driver's app. The CDN Standard Load Importer allows you to import a standard spreadsheet onto the system to create loads. The import routine requires the first row of the CSV to be the headers, and for the columns to be in the specified order. If you don't want to put data in a column, you don't need to, but it still must be part of the CSV file. The first column is for the load ID. Load ID is a unique identifier code for each A to B stop. If you have a unique load ID per row, then a single vehicle load will be created. The load ID must be unique and not reused. To specify a multi-vehicle load, you can repeat the load ID in subsequent rows. All information in the subsequent rows with the load ID must be the same except for the vehicle information, where the VIN or registration may be different. If you repeat a load ID, then the pickup and delivery locations must be the same, e.g., same stop for the pickup and the delivery. If either the pickup or delivery stop is different, you must use a different load ID. If you do not have load IDs, then please contact the CDN team. The next column is trip ID. If you want to tie loads to a trip, then you can specify a trip ID to group loads to a trip. Shipper SCAC is the shipper SCAC code, indicating the shipper of the load. If you specify this, then the shipper will get visibility of the load, and the load will be created as if it has been created by the shipper. The shipper must grant permission for a carrier to do this by adding the carrier to a network that allowed members to create load boards on their behalf. Allocated carrier SCAT is the SCAT code indicating the carrier that the loads will be allocated to. If specified, the load will be created in the allocated status. If not specified, the job will be saved in the quoted status. Allocated driver CDN ID sends a load to the driver of the specified driver remote ID. This can only be used when the allocated carrier SCAT code is specified. Order number is where an order number for the job or load will need to go. Job initiator is the person or the system creating this load. Service required is the service type, transported or driven. This must be typed in full. Driver notes are any notes for the driver to be able to see. Customer quick code is a unique customer code. We will use this record to store a master record. It will create a new record if unknown and requires organization, city and state to create a new record. Customer contact will be the contact person, the customer organization name, the name of the customer's company, customer address lines, the address of the customer, customer city, the city the customer is in, customer region area will be the state that the customer is in, and customer zip code will be either the zip code or the postcode of the customer. Customer email is where the email address of the customer's contact will go. You can put a comma to separate if you have more than one email address. Customer phone is for the customer contact telephone number, and if you have any additional numbers as the customer mobile phone number or customer other phone numbers. Customer notes will be any notes about the customer. Pickup quick code is a unique location code. We will use this record to store a master record. The system will create a new record if unknown and requires organization name, city and state to create a new record. Pickup contact is the person for the driver to ask for. Pickup organization name is the name of the company that you are collecting the vehicles from. Pickup address lines, recommended for driver's navigation. Pickup city, pickup region area, and the pickup zip code. Pickup email is the email address for the contact person at the pickup. You will need to use a comma to separate for more than one email address. The following columns are for the pickup contact numbers: pickup phone, pickup mobile phone, and pickup other phone. Pickup notes are pickup location notes, such as when the pickup location may be opening and closing. Pickup requested date is the date the vehicle is required to be picked up. Pickup requested date exact, you will need to enter true for exact pickup or false for available to pick up from the date. Delivery quick code is a unique location code. We will use this record to store a master record. The system will create a new record if unknown and requires the organization name and address to create a new record. Delivery contact is the person for the driver to ask for when delivering vehicles. Delivery organization name, the name of the company. Delivery address lines, recommended for driver navigation. And delivery city, delivery region area code, and delivery zip code are all mandatory and recommended for driver navigation. Delivery email address, delivery phone numbers, and delivery notes, again where you may want to put the delivery location hours of business. Delivery requested date is the date the vehicle is required to be delivered. Delivery requested date exact is where you will need to enter true for exact delivery or false for can be delivered by the date. The vehicle registration or the vehicle year. Vehicle VIN is mandatory and must be at least 6 digits to be valid. Then enter the vehicle details: vehicle make, the vehicle model, vehicle variant, and the vehicle location, meaning the bay location or the area in the yard where the vehicle is to go. Vehicle movement number is your vehicle movement order number. Vehicle notes are for any informational notes regarding the vehicle. In order for the shipper to get visibility of their loads, the shipper must grant permission for a carrier to do this by adding the carrier to a network that allows members to create loads on their behalf. The shipper will need to log in to CDN, go to Setup, Load Boards, create load board, and enter a name and description. Select the carrier or carriers from the first column and drag and drop the carrier into the second column. Ensure to check the Allow Members to Create Jobs box and save. You will then be able to enter the shipper scat code into column C of the spreadsheet import, and the load will be created as if it had been created by the shipper. Once you have entered all the load data in the Import Spreadsheet template, you must save the spreadsheet in a CSV format. Log in to vinDISPATCH and go to Create, Import Spreadsheet. In Available CSV Imports, select CDN Standard. In Job Title, select Choose File and select the CSV file you have saved. Now click on Import. You will then have a summary of your import data. To proceed, click Continue. You have the option to import more or view these loads. You will see from opening one of these loads all the data you have entered in the spreadsheet import.